Welcome to this slow flow practice. My name is Roseanne. I'll be your guide today. This class will focus on the sides of the body, so both strengthening and lengthening. So there'll be a lot of side bend and also planks of different variations. We'll begin at the top of our mat standing. A little bit of breath awareness here. The arms circle up. Bring hands to heart center. Ground through your feet. You might find a little flow here with a little bend to straight with the legs. Just finding your footing. Return to stand tall, arms circle overhead. And start to draw them down toward the heart. And as you cross the heart, interlace the fingers and press the hands down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, palms together, draw them in. Perhaps you cross the right thumb on top. We'll continue with the right thumb for this entire part of the sequence. Inhale, reach. And exhale to draw in. You might follow the fingers with your gaze, getting some movement through the neck. Around 2 more rounds, depending on your pace. One final round. As you press those palms down, really exhale fully. And circle the arms up, lift them toward the sky once more. Interlace fingers, but this time the index and the thumb stay pointed up. The other fingers clasp. Cross that right thumb on top of the left one here. Inhale, side bend over to the left. And return to center. Side bend left, up and over. And return. So continue here to flow through the side bend to the same side, to the left each time. About 2 more here. The intercostals open. Last one. Return to center. Bend those knees. Pour the body forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Stay in the fold and bend and straighten those legs. And a little ease through low back. Keep them bent. Hands come to thighs. Arch through the spine as you lift your head slightly. And then round. Arch. Round. One more time. Arch. Round. Roll up through the spine. Arms sweep overhead once more. Hands palm to palm. Draw them through to heart center. And cross the left thumb on top this time as you press those interlaced fingers down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press the palms together. Continue the exhale as you interlace the fingers, press them down toward the earth. And sweep up. Let's continue here. Around 3 more. Again, this will vary. Finish your last one. Really extend through those hands, through those arms. Press hands together as they come through heart center. Exhale fully. And circle those arms out and around. Palms again together. Interlace all fingers except index and thumb. Cross left thumb on top this time. Inhale over to the right. So C curve over and return. Up and over and return. This doesn't have to be very big. I'll show you from behind here. Feet are rooted, trying to keep weight level through both feet. Broaden through those ribs. Get that feeling of stretch. One more time, reach over. Return to center. Again, bend the knees, drape yourself forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. And this time, plant those hands, step back into a plank. And perhaps for this round, you'd like to lower the knees. Slowly descend toward the earth, bending the elbows. Press into forearms, land in Sphinx, broaden across the chest as you lift through the heart. Inhale. Exhale, drop the chin. Inhale, look up. And then drop the head. Just a few times here. One more time, look up, inhale. Maybe stick with the tongue as you lower all the way to the earth. Arms and cactus are 90-degree angle here. Hover the arms and lift through torso and lower to hover. Lift and lower, pressing base of glutes down. Legs are heavy. One more time, lift, lower. And today we'll widen those fingers. So widen the arms a little bit. Tent the fingers. Come up through center. And all the way down through center for now. One more like this with the option to stay. Or look to the side and come up. Head comes center as you look. Look to opposite side. Lift up. Come through center with the head. One more each way. Last time. And lower. Slide those hands closer toward the body so you can press yourself up into tabletop. And adjust the hands and the feet so you can tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk, walk, walk to the front of the mat. Hands to shins, halfway lifted. Exhale, fold, and then bend those knees. And this time, sink the hips back, lift through the torso slightly so we can get into our chair. Press through the feet as you rise to stand. And step back with that left foot to begin. Short stance here, warrior one. Those arms reach overhead as you come onto the back toes. And then draw the elbows into your sides as you ground the back heel. Again, reach, inhale. And exhale to ground the heel and bend elbows into sides. Continue here. Two more. Last one, reach, come onto those back toes and step, 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 or slide that back foot, left foot further behind you. Palms can turn in toward you as you lean the body forward into a runner's lunge. As you exhale, draw those hands to heart center. Inhale here and blade the back foot, open up into warrior two. That lead hand, the right hand, forearm will come to thigh. Other arm might come over the ear as we stay lifted through the sides of the waist here. Option to lift that bottom hand. And you could stay in stillness or add a little flow here with the arms, bend them in toward your sides and reach them long. And continue here. Let's do two more reaches. If you're choosing that option. Last one, bend, reach, and return to your warrior two. Lengthen the lead legs and hips back in space. Right arm down, left arm up. Triangle. Squeeze the inseams of the legs. Rebend that right thigh. The forearm can come to it, other arm over the ear. And again, you might reach that bottom arm up as if you're holding a beach ball. Pivot on the back toes and ground that left hand and rotate toward the right. We'll take that hand and thread it underneath the right leg. This can be a little awkward here. And then rotate toward right. And then thread the hand under the leg. Let's do two more. Finding a little rotation here. Last one, reach. And then hand will come to the inseam of that lead leg. And step back into your plank. Adjust as you need here. Come forward with the body. Lower down. The knees could be down. Find your version or expression of the chaturanga. And lift the chest through the heart for your up dog of choice. And tuck toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal those feet. And walk, walk, walk toward the front edge of your mat. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Again, sink the hips back into chair. Hands to heart center as you press through the feet to rise. Arms can reach overhead. And then arms can stay lifted as you step back with that right foot, just a few feet behind you here. Come onto those back toes, inhale. And exhale, elbows into the sides of the ribs, plant back foot. And lift, reach, and land. Do two more. Last time, reach those arms overhead. Slide or lunge that right foot back further. Palms can turn in here. Palms together, draw them toward the heart in your runner's lunge. And then blade that back foot as you open up toward the right side wall for your warrior two. That left forearm will come toward that lead thigh. Other arm again could extend and focus on that side length here. Left arm might also join. So if you're holding the sun here, find stillness or bend elbows to sides. And extend. Bend. And extend. Few more. Let's do about two. Last one, arms into sides, reach, and return to warrior two. Lengthen the lead leg, triangle here, left arm down, right arm reaches to sky. Again, sense of length through the side body. Bend that left thigh, return to the side angle. Maybe both arms reach again. A lot of work here. And pivot on the back toes so that you turn toward the short edge of your mat. Plant the right hand, rotate left, and we'll thread left hand underneath that same leg. And then rotate again toward the leg. Little weaving here. Last one. Left hand reaches toward the sky. Inhale and exhale. Bring that hand down. Find your regular plank. Come forward with the body. Take your chaturanga. Take your version of the up dog. And downward facing dog. That right leg will lift up into the air and draw it through. Rock on the back toes here. And then pause and take that right hand to the inseam of the lead leg. And start to heel toe walk, heel toe, that right foot out to the side, parallel with the long edge of your mat, and you'll naturally turn onto that left side of the foot. The right arm will reach, and we're in our side plank here. You can take a little dip of the hips and lift, little dip and lift. And if this is too much, so you can stay here if you'd like, if it's too much, that left leg will actually come down and the right leg will extend. And you can stay here. So a few more dips if choosing that. Let's do 3, 2. Last one. Stay lifted. Hands come down, pivot on those left toes. Send that right leg back so you're in a plank again. This time we'll lower the knees, slide those hands in, roll up through the spine, arms can circle overhead. And in behind the body to perhaps to the sacrum as you open across the heart. Inhale and stick out the tongue. Hands will slide down. So we find downward facing dog and take that left leg into the sky. Draw it through between the hands. Little rock on the back toes. Pause, hands to the inseam of lead leg. Now we're going here. And start to heel toe that left foot out to the side. Again, parallel to that long edge. You'll naturally blade that right foot and come onto the side of it as you lift that left arm up. And you can dip and lift, dip and lift. And this is too much again. That right shin comes down, that left leg lengthens. So 5 more dips. Let's do 4, 3, think lift, 2, last one. Reach through those hips. Left hand will ground as you turn this back into a plank. Only to lower those knees, slide those hands in, circle arms overhead. And circle arms in behind, either reaching back or hands to the hips. Slide forward onto the belly here. And press into those forearms to find your Sphinx. We'll slide that right leg out to the side, and then draw it in. And you can look over the shoulder, switch sides toward the left leg comes out to the side, look over left shoulder. A little reprieve here. While still pressing out of the arms. One more time to the right and the left. Lower all the way onto the belly, just to find that little lift once more through the torso. Arms will reach back, fingers toward toes. Maybe you even lift the feet for locust. And then return into the Sphinx, but now interlace fingers together. Inhale here and exhale to lift through the pelvis. The pelvis lifts off the earth here. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift into plank. Few of these. Last one. Stay lifted. Perhaps the knees pop off the earth into that full forearm plank. And then rotate your body toward the right. That bottom left forearm will be parallel to the short edge of the mat as that right arm reaches. Inhale here. And exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left armpit. And reach. And thread. And reach. To continue here, you could have the bottom thigh down. Let's do 3, 2. Last one, thread. Reach, and we'll let those hips come down, slide those legs in. You can Z-sit the legs or stag them and bend over toward the opposite side, so toward your feet. And then return to center. Side bend toward the feet. And return. Finding a little length through that side we just worked. Let's do 3, 2. Last one. Curve, lengthen, plant that left hand, rotate toward that left side, and then open across heart. Rotate and open. Final time. Nice, open. And we'll turn toward that left lead leg to get into the hips a bit. So we're already basically in our deer. You could adjust if you'd like. If you don't like deer, you could sweep that right leg back into pigeon. Or a little lean forward here and little rock back. A little lean forward and rock back. Getting into this hip before we do that side plank on the other side. One more time, lean forward, pause. One more inhale. And exhale to walk those hands toward the left so you can roll onto the belly and press up into the forearms, back into Sphinx. Hands will interlace again as we lift just the pelvis for now and lower. So continue here to lift and lower. Let's do 2. This is a really sneaky core. Last one, stay lifted, tuck toes, knees pop off the earth. That right hand or right forearm will come out like a kickstand as we Open up toward ah, the left. Really press out of that bottom forearm here and be prepared to weave. Inhale and exhale, thread. Left arm under that right armpit. And again, bottom knee could be down. How high can you stay lifted through the waist? Two more here. Last one. Nice. We'll lower those hips, slide the legs in, and side bend over toward the feet, and return tall. Again, length and then curve. Doesn't have to be very far. And we open through the intercostals, through the lungs. Two more. Last one, reach. And plant that right hand. Open up that left arm and rotate toward the right. And reach back open. Again. Let your breath be your guide. Around one more. Open. And then hands come in front of that right shin. Adjust as you need. If you want to take pigeon, go ahead. Or this little rock forward and back. You might choose to pause for a few breaths. Another inhale. As you exhale, sweep the hands over toward the right. Roll onto belly as legs extend. And this time we'll push back into a child's pose. Then slide forward onto the belly. The left hand underneath forehead. That right hand can come to clasp that ankle. And stretch for the front of the leg. It's often a very tight area that we neglect. I often think, oh, stretch those hamstrings, but we need the front of the leg, front body to be flexible. Let's come up into half bow here. Press into that right hand with the ankle, and the hand presses back. Lift through the upper thoracic spine and lower. Switch sides, that right hand under forehead, clasp left ankle, pause in the quad stretch here. And here on the next inhale, start to arc through the body. Half bow on this side. Another inhale. And exhale to return to the earth. Release that ankle. Just rock the hips on the ground. And slide those hands closer again toward the ribs. Press back into child's, maybe with a tight child's this time, with the thighs closer together as those hands glide back. Maybe palms turn up or link the fingers around behind you to close the circuit. Roll up through the spine, hands behind the body. Remove one leg and then the other. However you need to get there is fine. Lower the hips, forearms down on the earth. Lift through the heart as you inhale. And exhale, perhaps to heavy the spine a little more. Lift through heart and then let chest sink. One more time. And then slide those arms long as you lower onto your back. Hug knees to chest. Widen them for a happy baby here, maybe a soft one, or maybe you do clasp for the either toes or outsides of the feet or shins. Soles of feet together. Inhale. Exhale, one little curl. Lower head, lower the feet, knees are open. Take just a few breaths. Last inhale. And exhale to close those legs like a book. Lengthen them out as we head toward Banasana to get that stretch portion through the sides of the body. Arms can extend overhead and arc arms and legs to the left to any degree, hips grounded. Could stay here if you need more. Legs can shift further left. Also, right leg can cross. And you can clasp that right wrist with the left hand to draw you further over. We will stay here for some time. See if you can sense from the pinky finger down that right outer arm to the armpit, to the lung on the right side, into the waist, the hip, the outer thigh, outer knee, outer shin, into the ankle, maybe into the side of the foot. Feel free to breathe up and down from side of foot all the way to the pinky finger on that right side. Trace your awareness up and down that line. Another inhale. Full exhale. Really squeeze the air out. Allow the inhale to happen. One more time, wring out all the air. Maybe even exhale through the mouth. And inhale when you're ready. And resume long, deep breathing as you sweep those legs back to center. Hug right knee in toward the chest and extend the leg toward the sky to stretch the back line here, back of the leg. Another breath in. As you exhale, support that leg to come across midline just a little into the IT band, kind of side of the body again. Hips are still grounded. And then return to center. Hug knee in, hug both knees in. Both legs go long, long body stretch, arms reach overhead. Inhale. As you exhale or prepare to exhale, slide legs and arms to the right. Again, those hips are nice and heavy. If you'd like that cross of the left leg over the right one, feel free. And clasp left wrist to draw deeper. Again, you might focus on that pinky finger if you haven't already. That outside edge of the hand down to the wrist. That left forearm. That outer upper arm down to the armpit. The left lung, breathe there. Down into the waist, the hip, the outer left thigh, the outer knee, the side of that lower leg, into the ankle, and finally the foot. Once there, you might go back up that line. Like a wave up and down the side of the body. You in charge of where you direct your awareness. Inhale wide and strong, active exhale. Wring out the lungs. Whenever you're ready next, allow the inhale to fill your body. Active exhale. Whenever you inhale next, you might return to center. Slide left heel in, hug that thigh into chest. Reach the leg long, sole of foot to the ceiling. Draw knee toward nose. Anchor other leg to the earth. Long through back of neck. Or inhale. Exhale to release slightly, and then take that left leg across midline. Leg stays as long as it can. Return to center, squeeze left thigh in, descending colon. Both knees in, only to rock side to side and let the legs land on that right hand side for a moment. And then on the left, stay on the left. And back over to the right hand side. Return to center and take your variation of Savasana. Maybe the knees stay bent, maybe the legs are long. The mind has wandered. Return to the breath. And feel yourself heavy on your mat. But the breath is free to flow. Take a refreshing inhale. Maybe sigh out the mouth. Release. Feel free to begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Let that free flowing breath fill your body as you add movement. Maybe another long stretch with those arms overhead and a little side to side, right side long, left side long. Experience the movement through the waist. And then slide those legs in and roll onto favorite side. And press up with top hand when you're ready. To join me in seated. Head lolls to the right. Eyes can go left as long as there's no blood pressure issues. So they are opposite the head. Notice if there's any shifts in tension. Sigh, swallow, whatever arises. Sweep the head to your right. Eyes go left. And then return the head to center. Drop the chin. Arms reach up as you perhaps look up. Draw the hands to the forehead. May our thoughts come from our hearts. Hands to the mouth and throat. May our words be kind, yet empowered. And hands slide to the heart. May all things come from this space. Thank you for practicing with me today. Sat Nam. If you enjoyed this practice, let me know in the comments and check out the playlists linked and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.